What is going on? What is going on, everybody in the house? What is going on? Wake up in Cleveland every single morning.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up.
What is going on? What is going on? 222. Wake up Tech Thursday. Wake up Tech Thursday. We're going to change this name very soon. Very, very soon. Thank you for hanging out today. It is Thursday, the week before NAMM. The week, and I'm starting late. I know it's at 10 a.m. I had 10 a.m. on my mind. Life, man. Life. You guys know how life is. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just the one that's just super late to everything, which I'm typically not. That's the funny thing about this. Like, I've never been late to an event, to a gig. I know why. Because they pay me. That's what it is. It's money. So, thank you guys for hanging out today. In this otherwise late start. Hopefully we'll make it up with fantastic content. That's always the plan anyway. That's what we say. Is that a brand new board to your left? This guy says DJ Phasm. It actually is a new board. This is the Rødecaster Pro. I'm trying that out. I like it. I do. It's not quite the same as my Tascam mix track. They're not supposed to be the same. They are not supposed to be the same. But there's some very cool features on the Rødecaster. And there's some features I wish were on here. For instance, one thing I have not found yet. Hold on, let's see if I can find this. It has the SM7B as an option, which is great. What I don't see is the ability. Okay, that's the colors. To put on a simple noise compressor. And I don't know why something like that wouldn't be on here. Because to me, that's a simple thing. And I just, hold on. All right, processing. Because there's effects, there's reverb, which I don't really care about. But just in processing, we got depth, we got sparkle, and we got punch. That's it. But I have nothing. I have nothing to kill out noise. And I think that's dumb. I think that's really, really dumb. Because I noticed on my last Tuesday, actually Tech Tuesday on Twitch, I noticed that there's some unnecessary dead air. Like you can hear that kind of that noise floor. And that bothers me because my other one had it and it was rock solid quiet. Anyway, West Wonder in the building. What is going on, fam? Good to see you. Mixmaster G in the building. Kylie Palm in the building. Thanks for hanging out today. Appreciate everybody. Keith Just. Mixmaster says, good evening from the Netherlands. Oh no, he got the board with the air horn samples built in. Well, the air horn has always been there. I can't hear it right now. So I'm assuming the air horn is floating. That's another thing. That is a noise. Sorry. That's the air horn. And it seems loud as hell. That's better. Anyway, so yeah, it has all the sounds. It is what it is. It is what it is. I just want my noise floor to go away. That's kind of important to me. I can't hear it right now. Oh, and one other thing that bothers me about this board. One thing. There's no headphone jack on the front. Now, the mix track has one, it's right here. So, why does that matter? Well, because you can use it as a sound card, and when I take any of my meetings, I take it from here because it looks good. People are automatically impressed when they see it. Easy booking, right? So there's that. The headphone jack for the mix track was right on the front here. So when I put in my in-ears, I can pop it in. There is no headphone jack on this board. You have to go out of the 1/4 inch, which isn't a problem, but all the 1/4 inches are on the back. So I have to now get a longer extension for my headphones so I can use them. It's just little things like that. Just little annoyances. So I don't know. I like the board. I do, but there should be a, I don't know why I can't remember what the hell the noise limiter is called. There's a special word for it, but it's a noise limiter. Basically, when I stop talking, it kills all sound. And then when I talk again, it comes up. I can hear it. Is it the power supply? No, it's not. It's not. It's just the sound. It's annoying. I mean, I know I'm missing it somewhere. I have to be missing it because to me, that's one of the most important things on a podcast, having the sound gate control. Thank you. I don't know why gate was not entering my brain. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah, noise gate. No noise gate. We're going to do a search on this one because I got to assume it's me. And it's made, I don't want to say it's made for dumb people because obviously I can't figure it out. So that would make me super dumb or super smart. They made it really too easy. You guys are all late. Ruben already beat you. Maybe Ruben beat you because he's an actual member to the channel, and he just he gets my information faster than you guys. Like as I'm speaking, he actually hears my words before you. There's a delay for non-members. So thank you, Ruben. I appreciate that. Wouldn't that be amazing if there was a delay? All the members were like, I got all this information earlier than you, like 20 seconds ago. Where have you guys been? Yeah, it's a Matthew, it is a slight noise. It is a noise that a person like myself hears all the time. You know, when you're working on your house or whatever, and maybe you put in floors or you paint the walls, you can see every imperfection. And then people will come over just like, wow, it looks so great. Well, that's how I feel right now. Most people don't care. I care. I mean, I can always fix it in post, but it's stupid that I should have to because, like I said, we're still working on it. This could be something really, really simple. As a matter of fact, let me text my guy who's been using this thing for weeks here. Months, not even weeks. I'm going to text Mr. Kova. Is there a noise gate? is going to be like, oh, it's just already included. They've made it easy for you. See, we think the compressor is on the advanced tab. Well, let's take a look at the advanced tab. If you could see what I see, which is funny, wouldn't raising your volume increase the signal to noise ratio help? No, it would not. Raising the volume is actually going to make the noise floor louder. It's the nature of electronics, but that's okay. I do see processing. And here's the funny thing about it. They don't want you in here because there are no more words on that panel. But I do see something here. So, I mean, I see a high pass. This is right here. What is this sound? De-S. Okay, here we go. Hold on. I think it's definitely on this page. De-esser. Noise gate. It was activated too. It was activated. I told you, I'm like, it's probably already on, but it's not doing what I needed to do. 222-111. Yeah, I can. It looks good. As a matter of fact, yeah, the noise gate looks good. I just don't. I'm going to have to keep messing with it. But it's on. Again, I wish you could see it. There's 2 buttons on here for the Aphex noise gate. There's a top and a bottom. One's black, one's yellow, meaning that it's on. But either button turns it off and turns it on. Any button. The button doesn't even work. That pad. Ugh, okay. This is one of those things where I feel like you haven't become Cleveland's tech support. You're a person that's actually done some research on it. I have not. I have not done any research on this thing. I like to be able to use things first without doing too much research because I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like products should work out of the box relatively easy. If you sweep a low pass filter to it, you can emulate the DJM color effects. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has some cool things like I won't be able to hear it because I don't have my headphones in, but
I think if I do this, my voice changes.
This is a pitch up. So there's lots of little things
that it does. I just don't personally know that I care about most of those things. The only button that matters, which I would never remember to do, is this. I hope it worked because I don't know that it did. All right, hold on. We're gonna get my. Oh, never mind. We're gonna go get my other headphones real quick, and we are going to do a couple of tests here, and then we're gonna answer some questions. Mojack's in the building. What's going on, fam? Yeah, we're just so I can hear what's going on because it is driving me nuts. So let's just pop over to this real quick. Hold on. Okay. Headphones. Let's take a listen. All right. Yeah, see that? And it seems lower. Let's take my voice up a little bit here. Check, check, check. Ooh, that's too hot. Too hot. Too hot for TV. Check, check, check. All right, that's a little better. Mojack's in the building. What is going on? Yeah, everything feels a little lower on this one. I know it's probably me. I think it sounds fine, but for me, it's just a little bit of a. I hate hearing the noise. I didn't hear this on the mix track. It's subtle, but it's definitely there. Oh, yep, it does work. Okay, that's coming in super hot. Oh, and you can't turn it down off the pads. It's just little things. You know what I mean? Just little things. But we'll get through it. Thank you for your patience, as some would say, if we cared about patience. All right, let's just go to the advanced real quick and see if I can mess with this. Okay. All right, let's see if I turn this off. I can definitely hear a change, but there's definitely noise in the signal chain. Because this is supposed to be the normal right here. And if I turn it off, well, if I turn it on, I can hear the background stuff go, but I'm still hearing noise. There's still a noise floor. Now, I wonder if it has anything to do with my mixer. Nope. Mixer's quiet. What channel is this? Hold on. I just found it. Funny thing about it, there's nothing on that channel. That's a secondary mic input. And there's nothing on that channel. It's empty. There's nothing plugged into it. It's just noisy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here's the noise. So, my guess is that channel does not have a noise gate on it. Is my guess. Noise gate's on. It's that channel. There you go. There you go. See? You didn't help me, Ruben. I found that out myself, Ruben. I'm good at my job. I'm good at my job. Okay. Well, I'm glad that we figured it out. Still annoying. I mean, I get the stereo channels because there's always going to be a little bit of noise, from turntables and everything, just not on this channel. All right. I turned off the, nope, it's back. Okay. All right. We found it. We found it. We found it. Thank you all for your help and your contributions to my world. So now I feel better. I feel more confident. I feel like you're all with me now. I feel like we can get started. I can take these guys off because I don't need those anymore because I know that everything's working the way it's supposed to be working. So I'm far more confident now. I feel like I can answer any tech question known to man. You want to know about man? You want to know where man came from? You want to know the secret of the universe? All because of the Rødecaster Pro. Now, if Rødecaster wants to take that snip it, put it in their ads. Feel free. I won't even charge you for it. That's how better the Rødecaster has made me feel just now. Anyway, all right, we can get out of this thing. So, back to Tech Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever the hell today is. We have a couple of all-stars in here. We got Mojax in the building celebrating his anniversary, his Twitch anniversary, doing his thing last night. Good stuff as always, Mojax. I will be seeing Mojax next week. We will be at NAMM together. And I'm very, very excited about that because I get to see my friends. I don't get to see my friends. We don't have opportunities. I mean, most of the people that are my friends are either halfway across the country or across the pond, but I get to see Mojax. I get to see DJ Kova. I get to see DJ Bar. I don't know who else is going, but these are people that like I kind of grew up with, and helped me out or just was good people. Nick's going too. Yeah, Nick's going too. And I'm going to see Nick. I'm going to run over to the Beat Source thing on Wednesday beforehand and, shoot the shit. Should be a good time. As we've said before, none of us dislike each other. All of us are all, very good friends. And the reason I think is because we're all trying to achieve the same goal. We're all trying to build something and make something great. I don't know if Carlo's going to be there this year. I don't think he is. I guess he's still not in America yet. He's supposed to be moving to America at some point. But I guess he's not here yet. Now things could change. He might show up. Somebody might just decide to sponsor him real quick. I mean, that's what's happening with Bar. Somebody's like, hey, go up, go do the show, and then come on back because he's got gigs on Friday. I have gigs on Saturday, so for me, I'm gonna go Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday morning. I'm driving, not even flying, driving out to Vegas. I mean, I still have to check. I might be flying if the world is. Sometimes they have those last minute tickets. You never know. Keith just says I'll be there on Thursday. That is fantastic. Make sure we see each other. But are you using chevet lights? Not today. Not today. Even the one down here, this little uplight that's always running, that's an ADJ light. I bought these are the Tri-Effects, ADJ Tri-Effects. They're, I believe, about 17 years old. And we don't use them anymore. So every time I use them, after about, 30 to 60 days, it starts to die. Because they're old and they're dying. All of them are dying. And then I just take another one out of the office and then replace it. But I only use it for this. And I don't know. It is what it is. Mixmaster G will also be in Anaheim. Selling his wares. Whoring it out for the masses. Have you no shame, sir? Have you no shame? So it should be a good time. It should be a good time. And then all the normal people you come to know and love, they're all going to be there. Pioneer will have their super big, ridiculous setup that's bigger than everybody else's. Reloop will be off in the corner doing their thing. Not really off in the corner. I mean, they actually have a pretty good size space. It's usually right behind or in front of Pioneer DJ. Because we basically get a box, like if you imagine the convention center is, this huge thing, right? And then there's another room over here, another convention hall over here, the outside area, but the big box, the downstairs floor of the big box, the the DJ is like this. Like this is I'm trying to find. This is the DJ. This is the convention center. But our spot is always jumping. Is always jumping. That's where everybody is. DJs, non-DJs. The club is in the center of NAMM. And Pioneer DJ is like the castle. Like if you're going to Disneyland, that's what you see when you walk into the DJ area. You see the castle right off Main Street, castle. That's Pioneer DJ. They have a bigger footprint. They have a taller footprint. They're taller than everybody. Louder. It's Pioneer DJ's world, which is what's always been funny to me because there's no world for In Music. I mean, In Music was never on the floor. They were never on the floor, but they had their own private area upstairs and it was invite only. So there was this real bad, who you know type thing to get in. They're not doing anything this year. They're partnering up with who are they partnering up with? I think they're partnering up with Beat Junkies again. So basically, if you're looking at the way it normally is, this is how bad it is. It never changes. This is what I'm saying. Like I can literally know from my brain the memories exactly where everything is. I got Pioneer over here. I got Beat Junkies over here. Connected with Jetpack Bags. Beat Junkies now has a partnership with Rain. So the products are at the Beat Junkies booth. Then behind that, you typically have like the not the 12-inch skins, but the other competing company, and they usually have their portables over there. Off to the side, you got Ultimate Ears, which is always a good thing too. Ultimate Ears put on a really good show last year. They always have performances, but last year they actually had DJs, which was very cool. Normally in the past they had bands, and it was cool because everybody was rocking Ultimate Ears. In-ears. I don't want. It's not like Google it, and that's become the catchphrase. But everybody was rocking them, and they would actually give you. It's hard to explain. I never took their ears because I didn't know where they came from. And then they would have a band, and the band would play off of like electric drums and electric bass, so you couldn't hear anything but the vocals. And then you put their headphones on, and then it all just like sounds like you're at a concert. So very, very cool. Style flip. Thank you, Ross Roy. And then behind that, you got the all the lighting guys. You got you even got the Chevets, and it's just a very interesting place. It's a very interesting place. Off to the right of Pioneer DJ. Lately, there's been a hybrid of techniques / last year they weren't there. FaZe wasn't there last year. I wonder if FaZe will be there this year. I'll have to email my FaZe guys and see. I mean, it has to be weird when your only product is a single product and you haven't come out with a new product. That's a rather odd business model. I hope they survive. I do, because I love FaZe. I think they're due for an upgrade. They are definitely due for an update. But there hasn't been one. How long since it's been? I mean, what, 98? 99 when they first released their FaZe? It's been a while. It has been a while. I guess, it's hard to update perfection. I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. Priya and Joni in the building. I get to see PJ also. I get to see my dude. Although, they got PJ working hard at NAMM. He's almost not available. He's running around so much. Yeah. They haven't asked me to be a booth babe yet, though. I have not been invited to be a booth babe. Maybe one day I'll be a booth babe. Miss Ninja was the booth babe last year. I mean, I guess she's better looking than me, but I'm pretty on the inside. You can't change that. Joe Esparza in the building. I saw somebody. Oh, so I should probably read PJ's fun fact before I move on. Come on, chat. All right, fun fact. The Anaheim Convention Center was filmed in season 1 of the Picard series as the Starfleet headquarters. I can believe that because of the dome. The dome on the outside. It's a big courtyard. They got the dome. It actually looks weirdly futuristic. I can see that. Okay. Let's see here. Make sure you get the neon sign in the ad. That happens when no signal's on a channel that has a fade up. All mixers do it. They do, Keith. They don't do it this much. I have faders all over my mix track, and they know for whatever reason, and maybe their circuitry is better. I do know that it is an issue, but like as I said before, I'm only getting real noise floor off the second one. The other ones, I can pitch all the way up. They're nowhere near that noise floor. So I know now. It's fine. I can work through it. I have a feeling that if I go in there and I change the preset to something else, something with maybe a lower gain, the noise floor will drop, is my guess. Just assuming. Okay. Let's see here. I know there was a question before we went into this whole Rødecaster tech thing. Okay, what is your advice on getting into the new location market, says Clayton. All right. Clayton, so I would need a couple of pieces of information. One, I would need to know what exactly you're trying to get into. Are you trying to get into the mobile market? Are you trying to get into club market? Are you trying to get into specific venues? Because they're all different things. All of them. I can kind of make assumptions here. And just give you kind of a general. If you are trying to get into the club market, we're in your location, then Mixmaster GNL is absolutely right. The best way to do it is to go there. You need to go, see the venue, make relationships, make contacts, and then go from there. As I've said before, every club gig that I have gotten in this entire month of April is because I went there. That's it. I went there, found people in charge, started talking to them. That is it. If we're talking about like the mobile market and like building your business up, I mean, the same thing applies. Going to the venues, saying, "Hey, I'm a DJ. Here's my advertisements. Here's my website information. It's just blah blah blah." I do a whole bunch of everywhere else, but now I'm trying to bring it into this location. So, what kind of relationship can we build up? You make the connection. You go from there. We are on probably 50 recommended venues across Southern California. Most of them, I've never asked anybody to put me on their vendor list ever, but they see us a lot. We do a good job. We don't piss them off. And then we go on their vendor list. That's the best way to go on a vendor list, when they just see how good you are and they put you on because they know you're good and they know you respect their venue. That's the best way. I am not into pay to play. I am not into kickbacks on my business. I get a lot of party planners who are like, well, if I bring this client to you, how much, what's my kickback? I'm like, your kickback is zero. What do you mean if I bring this client to you? And I have a very easy argument for this whole thing. I only give kickbacks to specific people that I have an interest in trying to push off. So, for instance, let's say I want to build up my wedding market. And I'm talking to a wedding planner. I'm like, hey, if you bring in business for me, I'll give you back 10%, whatever. Or if somebody wants us and they're like, I'm like, fine, you can have us. I'll give you a kickback if you allow me to put out the people that you don't know that are just as good, but you don't know them. But I will give you a kickback if I have the ability to put on who I want. The moment you take away any of my abilities to do my job or to build my team or my company, we don't have a reason to have kickbacks. I'm not paying you to get the same bookings that I would have gotten in the first place. Because that's one of those arguments. There's a lot of DJs out there that work for party planners. They might be on their own, but they could not get a gig on their own. So they work for party planners. They might as well just say they're an exclusive. We don't need party planners at all to stay in business. Clients call us directly. We probably get, 20% of our business from party planners. Now, the difference is there are two reasons why it matters to us that we get them anyway, because the party planners book the biggest packages that we have. Oh, sorry. Got it. So for those clients, that's easy money. Their clients are rich. They're going to buy the most important package. They know what they want. Done. So we do love having the party planners, but everything that we do, it comes from phone calls. Most of the time, the party planner isn't even booked until after us. So we are in a definite different situation than most companies, but we like it this way because we make our own rules. When you're at the mercy of party planners, they just think they can take advantage of you. They think they can talk to you however you want, and they don't. Well, they didn't realize that in my market, I have far more say over what happens than they ever will. It's a different kind of market here. Not for everybody, but once you become the go-tos, people respect what you have to say. And not that I've done this, but it'd be real easy for a party planner that I don't like just to be like, you know what? They're not right for you. This person's right for you. And they'll go ahead and book it. They'll book venues based upon our recommendations. Or they'll avoid venues based upon our recommendations. I don't use it like, like some madman. I'm not trying to put people out of business. But they trust me and they trust my information, because all I care about is having a good party. I don't care about anything else, which is why if a party planner is an asshole, which does happen, I will flat out say, you know what? Yeah, we don't work well with them, or, oh yeah, we know them. Yeah, they're kind of hard, but we'll make it work. And they're like, oh really? What do you mean? Like nothing. Just sprinkle in a little drama right there. Anyway, and there are party planners right now that no matter when they call, we are unavailable. That's how bad certain party planners are, that we won't even take the gig, because there's no point in taking a gig where you feel like you're always having to overcome something, or that they're going to screw up your schedule so bad that's going to make you look bad. You know, all the little things that come into play. For me, we're not available. You know, maybe if you took some of our younger people, maybe we'd be available. But the most difficult ones always want, you know, the best of the best. I want to work with three people. Like, no, we're not available. Sorry. Johnny over here is available. I don't know Johnny. He's really good. I don't know him though. Okay. I guess we don't have a business today. Anyway. All right, let's drop down. Okay. Celebra in the building. What's going on? Ask, can you talk about your membership perks real quick? I'm not trying to sell you, man. I'm not trying to sell you. The membership perks is you are supporting me. You are giving me a reason to get up in the morning and do this show. I have not figured out exactly the perks. I know that some perks are, which will be happening. The problem is a lot of the videos that I've done have been under embargo, so I can't. So I couldn't. But I can post videos that you guys, my members, will get early access. That's the first thing. As long as it's not an embargo type release, the videos that I will be producing, you guys will get early access to. There will also be some more behind the scenes videos that I'll put out that are only for members only. There will also be I might even do gig logs for things like that and put them under the members only. And as you saw just there, you get Prime questions answered like that. You get Prime questions answered. But besides that, as I've said before, this is a support system. You know, time is money. And you know, if you can support by becoming a member, it helps me out. Because the biggest part is I'm trying to have more members, not more members and viewers, but I want to have as many members as possible, because then when I do videos, if I need to do a video where there's, you know, copywritten music, and I won't be as concerned because my memberships are at a level that where I know that they will cover whatever video that I decide to produce. You know, because anytime I make a video and I put in some copywritten music or whatever, that video is demonetized. So all that work I put into it, yeah, it might get views. Maybe it'll pick up new subscribers, maybe. But in general, that's just money lost. So so that kind of thing helps. It does help. 93 people watching and only 21 thumbs up. What is the people? Look, T Diesel's got a blue one because he's one of the mods, which is just as important. They don't have to be members because they take care of me. They take care of me. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Solbra has entered the building and become a member. I appreciate you, man. I do. Thank you so much for becoming a member. It's super cheap to become a member. I think it's like a cup of coffee. So, you know, if you want to pass me a cup of coffee once a month, you take me out. Think of it like this. I come to your town. You say, hey, CT, let's hang out. Come out. We'll get breakfast. And then I get breakfast and you're like, no, man, I got it. I'm like, thank you, man. I appreciate you. That's what this is. You got it once a month. And I hang out with you and we have a good time. Unless you're DJ Queso. And then you just expect me to pay for everything. I kid. He drove me around. He picked me up from the airport. He took me to my hotel. He picked me up from my hotel, took me back to the airport. So I really do busts his balls, but he's a really good guy. He's a really good guy. Okay. All I wanted him to say is to support my work. He almost gave a thesis. I don't know how else to talk, Sobra. I don't. Now, keep in mind, see what I just did there? So just so you know, this is an art form, okay? I know a lot of people don't think it. They just think, oh, this man just talks a lot. This is an art form because you got to be able to fill up the space. You can't have me just sitting here like this. Oh, want me to answer your question? Yeah, I like Sony A7 IV. It's a good camera. Anybody else got any questions I can answer? Oh, this microphone? Yeah, this is a SM7B by Shure. It's kind of a classic. Nice day out today. It's kind of hot. Any other questions? Anybody? Oh, this is from Elgato. This is a low profile stand. Yeah, I like it. You see how awkward that would be? You see how that has no flow? See, the talking part of it is what keeps everything going. It keeps everything going, keeps that flow. This is an art form. This is not something that I just had. This has been created. And by the way, okay, Brother Johns, hold on, pal. I see your comments. They're coming through like everybody else's. Hold on. This ability to just fill in dead air with meaningful words is something that a lot of people don't have. I have worked on that. I've developed that. That is my superhero gift. I know this because if we're just chatting it up, I've said this before. My small talk meter is like, because here's the thing. What I don't want, and by the way, DJ Matt Ames in the building is now one of the members. Where's my air horn? Oh, I'm pitching up. That's hilarious. There we go. Welcome, Matt Ames, to the team. I appreciate you. And look, there's a lot of people on here that I know that are to support me just by coming to the show. Matt Ames is one of them. I see him on many shows. I see him on my Twitch Tuesday. He's on here. So I really do appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed. It does not go unnoticed. But yeah, being able to handle, being able to continue to speak like radio. You can't have dead air on radio. They don't know. So this is how I get it. But small talk wise, this is me talking. But the I know I pressed the wrong button, Matt. But the small talk, if we're meeting, I'm like, hey man, hey, how's it going? Like if I see you guys at NAMM, like, we talk, okay. The moment we say, hey, how's it going? Fist bump. There's a clock ticking, an internal clock. Not that I want you to go away. It's not about that. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. I only have about 1.5 to 2 minutes of like solid conversation before I just check out. It's not you, it's me. And I just check out. So the most important thing that you can do is have a question. We take our pictures, whatever, have a question, because that'll keep going. That will keep it going. But yeah, that's just not me. So, and the reason why it's not me is because I've always had this thing in my head that says I don't want to come off like an asshole. I don't want to come off like the guy that is not listening to you. And he's just over talking you and, doing your thing. That's not me. I'm completely aware of that. So I just don't really do, because honestly, right now, this is all in reality. When you think about it, this whole show is all just like ego in this weird way. It's me here talking for 2 hours. That's it. Talking for 2 hours. That's ego. Now you put me in a public environment, you put a microphone in front of me, I'll go. But if it's just two people hanging out, it is what it is, man. And don't get me wrong, like I chat with my friends. That's a thing, but I'm one of those get to know you kind of guys. DJ Farms, I'm not here to sell you membership selling nonstop now. That's funny. Even then, okay. So the one thing I will say about memberships, and I do think it's important, and it's something that I've had to force myself to do. Ted E, welcome to the team Cleveland Terry. Thank you so much. I got members popping up. I appreciate all of you. But the one thing I will say is, I have learned this. Actually, I learned this from Kova. And again, these are the things that I will tell you. Influencers learn from influencers. We talk to each other. We get help from one another. Like, I kid you not, like we're on text threads all the time. Bar and I have some hardware that was scheduled to come out, and we just didn't have all the information. And Bar, out of the blue, she's like, "Hey man," he called me, and then we spoke for like an hour. But we also share very, very similar paths and frustrations and all those types of things. So they understand. There's not a lot of people that are in this industry that truly understand what we go through. So that's why, like, the first time, I met Nick, and then we hung out at Beyond the Music for 3 days at Beyond the Music, and, hung out, at my hotel, and we just chatted it up. Like, it's different when people understand what you're going through. I know people think this is all just like roses and, and streamers, but the fact is, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. It's funny to me. Mike Lover, thank you so much, fam. Appreciate you. Bar's still around. He's just not doing as many videos. He kind of took a little mental break. The funniest thing about what I do, the funniest thing is my wife. She has absolutely no idea about the impact that I bring to the industry. She has no idea. Nor does she care. She says she cares. And when she's talking to people, obviously she talks about my business too, because that is the tangible success that she can just see, touch, taste. We're doing well, yada, yada, yada. The YouTube thing, she can't see. She can't see it at all. So when I tell her about things, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, she's just like, oh, okay. If you say so, sure. Sure, people want to take pictures with you. Sure. Oh, you don't have time to call me when you go to NAMM? You're that busy? Sure. I keep telling her, I'm like, well, why don't you come with me? You can see. I don't want to go to Nerdville. Yeah, that which is why Matt says the things we go through in order to play music for a few hours. This is why I never allow a client to pay me after an event. Never. You pay before I start or I don't play music. Because Our work is not just those 4 to 5 hours that we're DJing your party. Our work started well before then. Our work started when you called me and said, tell me about your packages. Tell me about what you do. You know, why should I hire you? And then they hire you. And then, you know, there's questions coming up for the next 6 months and they need advice and help. And you need to do the schedule and they need help on the layout and where you're going to be and all the other things that you're going to bring. And, oh, so-and-so can't do the thing. Can you do you have a video projection for my montage? Yes, I do. Okay. You know, all those things. Oh, there's a ceremony. We need to talk about that. And then don't introduce a party planner who wants to talk about the exact same thing you've already worked out with your client. And now, you know, the party planner that I can't stand? It's this one. My client booked me 2 years ago. We had a great time. They probably saw us or they've seen us multiple times. So they book us. And meanwhile, for the entire year and a half, they've been chatting with me every time. Texting, emailing, calling. Then they bring in a party planner. And the party planner calls and says, hey, by the way, from now on, everything goes through me. Don't send anything else to the client. Kick rocks. I don't work for you. I know you think that because the client signed over like power of attorney for your party, that you think that means that like I have to answer to you. I don't answer to you. I don't answer to anybody but the client that paid me. That's it. So those people can kick rocks every day of the week. Marcos Contreras, thank you for becoming a member of Cleveland Terry, Team Cleveland Terry. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm seeing more greens and whites. This is what I like. We're going to be doing the whole iPhone thing soon. There's going to be like, we only answer blue bubbles. Ugh. Is that a green bubble? I can't even send you a picture in a group. You ruined my pictures. You ruined my videos, Android. You ruined everything. DJ Tuega, some party planners are so annoying. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Which is why I like to work with people that know how we work. Like, hey man, hey party planner, you just make the room look pretty. I'll handle everything else. Don't try to micromanage me. Don't give me a speech. Don't tell me what to say. And we'll be good. Just stand over there. And give me thumbs up when dinner's ready. That's it. Dinner's ready. I'll handle everything else. Okay. Junglist Soldier. Not doing comparisons anymore. I still have the RCF 7008 and a Yamaha I would like to compare with other arrays. Who said I wasn't doing comparisons anymore? Who said that? One thing I will say that's going to change now, which is great. Now that we have our office back and we're out of the storage unit, I'm going to be able to do far more comparisons of actual hardware. It was really hard doing it at my house. I'm not going to lie. Pause. It's always hard doing it at my house. But I don't, I got family here and wife and you know how bass works. You know how speakers work. In a house, you realize that you don't need the size of speakers that you have. Only when you're in a house. So now that I have the office, I can work that out. And there's a couple right now that I do want to do. The only problem is Yeah, I need to get an array for my micro gigs. Oh yeah, my column arrays are my favorite thing. There's actually one I'm going to be releasing a video on soon, but my Bose is, has been my go-to for anything 100 people or less. My go-to. We'll see. DJ Sar, another member today. So I was going to tell you, I forgot what I was going to tell you about COVID. DJ Kova. Welcome, DJ Sar. Appreciate you. Welcome to being a team member. As I was saying about the sales, I don't want to sell memberships. I don't. I want people to just, want to do it out of the kindness of their heart. But these are facts, okay? First off, a lot of people don't even think about it. They don't even think about it. So, and it's not anything personal. They just, oh, I could be a member? Oh, okay, cool. But unless you tell people, they're not even going to know that it exists for the most part. Here's the thing. It's the same thing as your gig, as your job as a DJ. If you don't tell people that you're a DJ, how are they going to know that you're a DJ? You meet some random person on the street, you're talking about business and career. If you don't tell them, how do they know? I've booked things from people. Oh, you're a DJ? Oh, you know what? I got this thing coming up. I know you, you know me. I know we're cool. I trust you. I haven't heard you, but I'm sure you're good. I want to book you for my blah, blah, blah. It happens all the time. People need to know what you do and what you want. There's nothing wrong with being honest with people. There's, there is a fine line, because what I always tell anybody that's in this business, don't sell people. Like when a client calls, don't sell them. This is all the stuff we have, and you should buy this, and you should buy that, and do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. It turns people off. You're not a car salesman. You're a DJ. So be a DJ. Talk about what you can provide. Talk about how you can help them have a great party. Don't talk to them about all the things that you do and sell. They don't care about that. And it just makes you sound like an asshole. I know this because I watched a competitor of ours, and I don't have a problem with any DJ company out there at all. I don't care if you do the exact same thing that we do. I am not concerned with what you do. But there's this one DJ company where the guy is such an asshole that I can't stand him, and I hope his entire business goes out of business. That's how bad he is, because he's one of those guys that sell. And then when you hang up the phone, he is calling you every day until you tell him yes or no. Every day. So by the time people are like, oh my God, why are you calling me? You know what? Nope. I'm good. I already booked somebody else. They probably didn't book anybody. They're just so annoyed by your pushiness that they're done with you. He thinks it's customer service. That's not customer service. That's being an asshole. So I don't sell people. I don't. I mean, we have, and I know somebody was asking about the CRM. We have a system. We use a company called ShootQ. It is not dedicated to DJs. We've been using it for years because, in my opinion, it's the most universally sound CRM that I've used. Now, it wasn't designed for DJs. So I've done a whole bunch of customization and made my own questions, everything from scratch, basically, to make it work. So it works for us now. Anybody else that just comes in, it's not going to work for you. Which is why we always talk about building our own, because that's one of those things. What I like about this particular CRM is obviously their automation. You need automation in a CRM. That's very, very important. So, when somebody comes to our website or if somebody makes a phone call, Our phones even say, hey, don't leave a voicemail. You know, if you're new here, go straight to our website, request a brochure. And then once they request a brochure, it automatically goes to them, automatically sends it out to them. Then they click on the links, they look at all our products. The next day, another email goes out automatically that just says, hey, you know, did you get a chance to look at our products? Because a lot of people, they'll get the email and they'll go, I'll look at it later. And then they'll just forget. But it'll say, did you get a chance to look at our products? You want to schedule a meeting? You want to do this? And they're like, oh yeah, I did. Click. The meeting link for Calendly is right there underneath. You want to schedule a meeting? They click it. It has my available hours. Bam, bam, bam. I have a meeting with them, you know, a day or two later. So by the time that I talk to them, it is a complete, you know, warm/hot lead. The only thing I need to do is not be an asshole on the phone or on the Google Meet or the Zoom. That's it. That's it. And my sales ratio is pretty unmatched. I mean, I probably hit somewhere between, I'm probably 95 to 98% sell to no sell ratio. In all honesty, it's what I do. It's one of my things. This is one of my superpowers. You need to know what your superpowers are in any type of business. If you have a partner, you need to know what each of your superpowers are. Okay, that way you can build and put the best energy forward for whatever you're trying to do. My superpower is I can talk to you. I can sell you without selling you. That's my superpower. I can have a conversation with you and make you feel like we are best friends and I know everything about your soul. That's my superpower. Now, and I'm pretty quick off the jump too. You know, I got jokes and we're just not cheesy. I'm not trying to do dad jokes or whatever, but it just, you know, this is my like people will say, oh, you're funny. I'm like, yeah, I'm funny, situationally funny. I'm not the guy that just sits there and can just be the jokester. Like that's not me. But if you say something and I spot something in there, that's when I strike. But that's my thing. You know, I get from most of my clients the thing. And the thing is, I feel so comfortable with you. That's it. I feel so comfortable with you. That's trust. That's trust from somebody that they've never even met. We're only talking on the phone. But our 15-minute conversation, they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable enough to spend that $3,000 to $5,000 or higher, depending on what you're doing. So, don't sell people. Talk to people. Just talk to them. I mean, you're already there. You're already there. They already scheduled an appointment to call you and everything. Like the one thing that bothers me the most, the one thing is when I get on a Zoom call or whatever and people are like, so do your thing. I've had people say that to me. Do your thing. Give me your spiel. Like, give you my spiel? I don't have a spiel. Let's talk about your party. Let's talk about, you know, what I can do for your party. But I can't do anything for your party until I know something about you. So let's talk about you. And then I can tell you what I can do for your party. And don't ask me to compare myself to so-and-so DJ around the corner. I don't know what they do. I'm not on their parties. I have no idea. Like legitimately, for anybody that's out there talking bad or good about another company, unless you worked for them and like you've continued to work for them, you know, forever, and you've gone off on your own, You can't talk about another company. You have no idea. You can talk about what you've heard. You can talk about what people have said, but you can't talk about their company. You have no idea. So I don't. You know, and the worst thing, not the worst thing, it's best for me because I am not desperate to sell you. I of course, like, I care that you book with us, but I never give that indication. Because to me, the way my model has been for the past 15 years is even if you don't book with me, even if you don't, somebody else is going to fill those spots. So, when people call and they're like, well, I'm looking at this guy and I'm looking at this guy, and I will flat out say like, oh yeah, I've heard good things about them. Yeah. Tell me about your party, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what? Kind of sounds like they're better for you anyway. What do you mean? You don't want my money? No. I mean, I do want money, but it doesn't have to be your money. Sometimes it's not a fit. You know, I actually walked away from 2 different clients just recently because I knew how high maintenance we're going to be. I'm like, nope, we're not available. Sorry. So talk to them. Just talk to people. Okay. Lizzo. She was fine. I felt like she was eyeballing Jack Black a little too much though. I kept noticing her looking at him like she was mentally saying, okay, make sure you look at Jack Black every 4 seconds. You know, I like and I dislike Mandalorian this season. Because I don't know what the hell is going on. They are taking time on some things and flying through other things. And it's just the whole thing is weird. Like, I'm not going to talk about spoilers or anything like that because I know some people haven't seen it. But, you know, that episode in particular, you know, Mandalorian's always been about the side quest. So there's a side quest in this one. Fine, whatever. But the point for the actual story arc of the entire season was so fast and unearned that I was a little annoyed. And there's been a lot of those kind of unearned story blocks. I don't know what PJ thinks, but I like the season. And obviously there's more money in the special effects because they're going off a lot of different worlds, new worlds and everything. It looks beautiful. The action's been really good this year. You know, the air-to-air combat has been really, really good. You know, and there have been some episodes where you're like, that's cool. You know, I mean, the whole, I mean, I don't know what people have seen, but there's a point where the Mandalorians are fighting this creature to save something. And that whole episode was start to finish. It's hard to top season 2. I get that. I understand. I agree. Do you make your DJ sign a non-compete? No, we don't. Because that's illegal. Christopher Murphy, just so you know. I mean, I don't know where you are. I don't know where you live, but there's not a court in the world that will push that and you will win. Why? Because you can't prevent someone from making money. If their profession is DJ and they leave your company, they have to be able to earn a living. So there's no judge in the world that's going to side with you. So non-compete is worthless. Just my opinion. And especially depending on where you are, it's really invalid. So people just stop doing them. Look, the bottom line here is there's plenty of companies out there already that will, potentially take your gigs. What I've learned in the 16 years that I've been in business, from when I started and left the company, same concept, and left the company to start my own business. What I have learned is, and I didn't understand this when I was just starting out, there's enough parties for everyone. Now, I say that knowing that in certain areas, yes, maybe there is more of a limitation. But in general, there are enough parties for everyone. So you don't have to make it personal. If somebody doesn't book you, they book somebody else. When I used to go out for commercials, and I thought I did a really, really good job, in the audition. And then, the commercial comes out and there's somebody that kind of looks like me, maybe a little different. And I'm like, I'm better than that person. Has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Sometimes people just resonate to different things. Sometimes in a person's mental, vision, their mind's eye, they already have an idea of what they want. And the same thing applies to parties. If somebody, there are people right now that would rather have a white MC or a black MC or a female MC. That's not personal. That's just what they envision in their minds. And I'm not talking about like, oh, a black couple wants a black. No, I'm just saying that some people, they want different things and they're subtle with it, but it's there. I know when they're asking for a black MC, or even a black DJ. Our focus is more on the MCs because we do a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs, and that's kind of important. But I know when they want a black MC. I know when they don't want a female MC. When they say things like, I just want a person with soul. Just cool and smooth, soulful. They always say soulful. I don't know, can dance, real soulful. So you want a black dude. Got it. I know this is hard for you to say the word black. For some reason, people are afraid to say that. But it is what it is. I've had people that are like, I need somebody a little more classical, somebody more, they want a white guy. They want a basic white guy, vanilla, which funny thing is we don't even have. We have white people that work for us, but they're not vanilla. They all have soul. That's why we hired them, because we want them to be we wanted them to emulate the company that we've built. And everybody has to be a certain way. So, but they do that, or this is what they say for women. Oh, I saw your MCs. Oh, yeah, they're good. But I just feel like I need somebody with a little more control, okay. So you think women don't have control. Got it. And that comment, 100% out of 100% comes from the women. It's not the guys that are like, I don't necessarily want a girl on mine. It's always the women. Always. Now, the good news is after 2020, after the Me Too movement and all that, there's a lot more people that are like, I want a woman MC. I want a female MC. I want somebody that my daughter, can see. And the daughters, the younger people are like, we want female MCs too. So there's just a difference. We're in a good place right now. That's funny, Philip. Open up a little box in his chest and it's just nothing there. Just a bat flies out. Okay. They're looking for me, says Tony. No, they know what I sound like. The funny thing about the way I sound, I've said this before. It's kind of a running joke. These are facts, okay? I don't sound black. I am completely in knowing I don't sound black. So what I will get is people who I talk to on the phone and they have no idea. So when they're saying, I want somebody with soul, they're trying to say they want a black person without saying they want a black person. Because maybe had they known I was black, they would just assume that everybody is either going to be black or have soul. But the funniest thing is when I get on a Zoom call with people. Now, don't get me wrong. Our company's big now. So a lot of people, they know who we are. They know that the owners are black. A lot of our previous clients who refer us, I'm sure they've said, oh yeah, these black guys are really, really good, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's there. It's the ones where somebody just said, oh, you should call Check 1 2, or we're on a recommended sheet, and then I'll talk to them. And then when I get on the Zoom meeting or the Google Meet, they're like, oh, you're Terry. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Not what you were expecting. No, you have a beard. Oh man. Yeah. So, but I've had my run-ins. I've had my run-ins with people who don't know. I went to, I always think, do I want to talk about this story? It's not a long story. It's just kind of a funny story. This client calls me, we chat 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so. She's, oh God, you sound amazing. I want you to come over so we can, this is when I used to do like physical face-to-face meetings. I want you to come over. Let's talk about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. All right. That's great. We'll set it up. 4:00 on Thursday, your house in Encino. Cool. I pull up, and I'm dressed nice. I mean, I'm not like in a suit and tie, but I'm dressed appropriately for the meeting. Knock on the door. Knock on the door. Knock on the door. Finally, somebody opens it up. Hello? Can I help you? Who are you? Yeah, hi. We have a meeting today. Who? I don't have a meeting with anybody. Who are you? Yeah, I'm Terry Bowens from Check 1 2. Oh, hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. How's everything going? I totally forgot about our meeting. Oh, come on in. Have a seat. Oh, did you find the place okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not even playing the race card. I'm not even saying it's a racist thing, because I don't really believe it might be ignorance, but it's not racism. I mean, think about it for a minute. Like if I'm talking to somebody and I don't see them, and then, I mean, I've done that. You're talking to somebody on the phone or whatever, and then you finally meet them in person. And you're like, oh, you're not what I thought in my head when I spoke to you all these times. I have party planners right now where I literally have been talking to them for the past 2 years, and maybe they work parties that I just don't happen to be on. So finally, when I meet them, I'm like, oh, you're not what I expected. Okay, I get that. So I'm not saying that's what it was, and I'm not saying that if my doorbell rings and I look outside and some black dude is standing outside, I'm not saying that I'm not doing the same thing, or some random white guy. I don't know you. Who are you? It's tough to be a woman, tough to be a man. It could be what it is. So, but that is a thing that I deal with on a daily basis. It really is, you know. But I mean, come on now. Then they see me and they're like, oh my God, you're so well spoken. So there's the thing. It's all stereotypes. It's all stereotypes. People just want to make assumptions. And that's what it is. Okay. Let's see here. I know there's a full-on conversation going, so I've been trying to kind of ignore a lot of them because you're doing your thing in a Mandalorian outfit. I should. All right. Let's see what's going on. Looks like there's a conversation happening with Kylie. Kylie, welcome. Welcome back. Okay, let's see here. Kylie says, like for me, I'm the only trans woman DJ my entire life. Okay. I mean, it's sad that's the thing that we have to like acknowledge. You know, you should be able to just do your job. You know, I mean, I know tons. First off, for whatever reason, I do know tons of female DJs that happen to be gay or lesbian. I don't know any trans ones. I do now, but that is fairly common. But it shouldn't even matter. I mean, we have female DJs that work for us, you know, and like I said, for the longest time, people were like, oh yeah, I don't want females, like period. I'm like, well, that female DJ is super dope. So it's not even that she's a female DJ. She's just a dope ass DJ, you know? So, you know, let's say we have 10 DJs. She would be considered like 3 or 4 on our list. So she's always working because she's a dope DJ and we can count on her. I don't care what you are. Just be dope. I mean, honestly, just be dope. What does it matter what you are? Just be dope. You know, that's the gender I'm looking for. Dope. Give me dope any day of the week. All right. Trooper question. Is there any way to avoid buying another license when I buy a new controller? Yeah, there's an easy way. I'm sure this was answered. Just make sure you keep buying controllers that have the licenses built in. You know, and I don't know, or get yourself virtual DJ and get yourself the unlimited access. You know, there was a dude on my page yesterday that spent a lot of hours going through all of my videos and then questioning why I didn't talk about virtual DJ in the reviews and was mad. Virtual DJ is the best. Like, yeah, it's really good. Well, you need to do a comparison of virtual DJ versus Serato and talk about how old Serato is and how much better virtual DJ is. You know, people need to know. Like, well, then you should make that video because that's not what my channel is. I'm not a virtual DJ shill. I've already acknowledged that virtual DJ is good. That should be all I need to do. But my whole point was to this man because he kept coming back over and over. He went through like 7 videos and I was trying to be nice, but I flat out said, look, the bottom line here is I'm not going to do a video review of a piece of gear that just came out under embargo where virtual DJ doesn't even have a mapping for it yet. So I'm not going to talk about it. If the board comes with Rekordbox only or Rekordbox and Serato, those are the only ones I'm talking about. The ones that come with the gear. Because last time I checked, virtual DJ wasn't free. You know, you got to pay for the subscription or you got to pay for the unlimited or you pay for the single device. So when they start coming out with products that have virtual DJ built in as the default software, then I will review it accordingly. But I mean, the same argument could be made for DJ. Like, why don't you talk about DJ on everything? Because it's not ready yet. People are silly. You need to do this. And the telling me what to do. I don't have many triggers. I don't. I really don't. Because for the most part, I don't really care. Thick skin. We talked about thick skin on Tuesday. I have thick skin. Most things don't bother me in this industry because I know that social media and online boards and comments, they come from real people but it's not a real place. I don't know these people. They didn't knock on my door and start screaming at me. I'll never see these people. There are, lots of people in the world. I can't get hung up over a couple of them. But one of my triggers is when people tell me what I need to do. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't need to do anything. I don't work for you. If I never make another video for the rest of my life, that's on me. That is on me. I want to do things, and I do these, and I have this entrepreneurial channel because essentially it is an entrepreneurial channel. It is a singular solo business. I do things the way I want to do things. And I've done a really good job of listening to my gut and not to other people. And it's worked out for me. You gotta trust yourself. But I don't work for anybody at all, except for my wife. I think I work for her. So I don't need to do anything. A lot of people act like what I did is just like was ordained. Everything I did started out with 0. So if you're so passionate about virtual DJ or whatever application or program you're using, start making videos. Start making videos. This isn't just about me. Start making videos. But don't get mad at me because I don't make the video that you want me to make. Silly people. Okay. All right. What time is it? 12:13. Okay. See, the thing about me is, even when I come on late, I'll still give you my solid 2 hours. Like I do that. I don't shortchange you. You still get your money's worth. Members, you get your money's worth. All right. John Smith says, GT, you need to be you and no one else. Exactly. I know that I say some things that some people don't like. I talk hard truths that a lot of people don't like. But the one thing you can't say is I'm not honest. That's the one thing. And I do take that personal. When people flat out say that, you're only saying this or doing this because of the company's blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't stand that because I know that I'm honest to a fault because my wife tells me all the time. My wife tells me she didn't ask me about that question. Why'd you answer that question? I didn't ask you about that. I asked you about this. Oh, I thought you wanted my honesty. You just want me to tell you what you want to hear. I got it. Okay. Yeah. Looks good. I mean, I have a piece of hardware right now that it appears from first viewing that the previous version is better. So when I asked the manufacturer, hey, can you just tell me, I noticed that this is no longer here. Is there improvements somewhere else that I can talk about? Because I'm going to talk about the bad. That's what people want. People want to hear the bad. But I want to find something good to talk about too. I don't want it to just be bad. So, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't just assume and just start shitting on people because that's not fair. It's not fair to a company. I mean, if I said I would do something, I need to be honest. All right, let's see here. Enjoying the weather here in LA. Yeah, finally, it's 70 degrees right now at 12:15. Up until last week, we were sitting in the 50s or below. So it looks like we're going to have good weather for NAMM, which is good. We're going to be in the, I think by the end of this week, by Saturday or Sunday, I think we're going to be up to 75, 80. Okay. Kid Cupid says, Terry, F all these dudes, saw you in Vegas. I was the black dude, so I had to club it tonight. So Kid Cupid, by the way, that whole thing was trash. I will be there on Saturday night, which will be good. The weather will be good. You remember how cold and awkward and rainy and snowy that whole thing was? There was like 5 people in the room. I am an energy driven DJ. So come on Saturday, if you're in town, April 15th. Should be a packed house. Then we can do what we're supposed to do. And I appreciate you coming. Yeah, he brought his girl on and everything. But yeah, come next Saturday. Should be a good time. Okay. You know of any event parties next week? I don't yet. I have no idea. It's been super quiet, actually. I haven't really heard of anything yet. But you typically get there and then everybody tells you, oh, they're DJing at this venue and they're DJing at this venue and at this venue. So you just kind of roll with it. I know that there is there is the Hip Hop Awards that are going to be on Thursday night at 6:00, like right when the convention shuts down for the night. They're doing the Hip Hop Awards in one of the hotels. I'm going to go to that because that's going to be, I think it's going to be amazing. So that's going to be cool. I have a dinner with another manufacturer after that. But yeah, I don't know where the clubs are going to be or whatnot. I want to go to real DJ clubs. I don't want to go to and don't take this personal, but I'm going to use them as a reference. It's probably not theirs. I don't want to go to the Stokio DJ party, in one of the hotel ballrooms. Why? Because there's a whole bunch of DJs just scratching the whole night. I don't want to hear that. I want to go to a place where people are actually DJing and there's actual music and it's not just break beats and scratching. I want to enjoy myself. That's what I want. I want to enjoy myself. If I don't see girls on a dance floor, you're doing the wrong thing as a DJ. If I don't see girls on the dance floor, if you're not playing for the women, you're losing. Don't play for dudes. You're not impressing me. You're not impressing me. What impresses me is you getting everybody on the dance floor and killing them with new renditions, new flows. That's what I want to see. Yeah, because if that, as PJ said, I might as well go to the middle of the convention and watch Christian rock happen. A lot of Christian rock performances. It's either Christian rock or gospel. That's in the middle. That's when you walk up and it's like the first thing you see. You got the hotels on both sides, and in the middle they put the whole performance stage, and it's always been there. It's always loud and amazing. And it's a good way to come to NAMM. It totally feels like, wow, this is something special, But usually speaking, it's like a Christian rock band or a gospel group. Always, that part of NAMM is like it's harmless. It's all harmless. All harmless music, but I appreciate it, and it's always good and it sounds amazing. It's good. Yeah. And then you just you walk in and then it's just carnival. It's carnival. And as you walk in the beginning, you got the carnival acts that kind of operate on the sides. Like if you anywhere near like the actual walls of the building is where all I call them carnival. It's the ones that don't necessarily have a place to be in there. They got stuff they want to sell, but doesn't really make sense. And I'm sure it's the cheaper parts of the areas too. But that's all the knickknacks and the kind of stranger things those are all up and down. The more you travel into the center is typically the more you more established the brand is. Pioneer DJ normally has they got their big spot, and then they have they usually have a smaller one that's just for like their speakers and like production stuff. Roland wasn't there last year. I'm not even sure they'll be there this year. But this is a whole new year. So if anybody was going to be anywhere, it'd be here. Okay. Yeah, but like last year, as PJ said, that's kind of what we did. Kova, PJ, the Pioneer DJ group, the Jetpack Bags group. We all got together and went out to dinner. It's a good time to just kind of get to know people. Like on Thursday, I'm going to dinner with LD Systems, which is good because I've never ever met them. I mean, they're not local, so this is a good opportunity to actually meet with these people. It's a good time. It's networking like crazy. This is 100%. This is networking and like social aspects, taking pictures with people and all that stuff, but it's mostly networking. The DJ Expo is more social networking than NAMM is. There's far more normal people at like the expo, because NAMM is, you got superstars there. I mean, I've seen Stevie Wonder and, Andre 3000 was there. Jazzy Jeff was there a couple of years ago. You see all types of like superstars that go to NAMM. When and where can we hear some of your mixes? When you come see me. When you come see me, Larry. No, in general, I don't do a lot of mixtapes. I will do more. Normally if I have a radio station spot, those are like up on my Mixcloud and my SoundCloud. But yeah, just me doing mixes. I rarely do them. I should. I know I should, but yeah. But you can always catch me when I'm performing. I'm in Vegas on the 15th. I'm back in California DJing at this place called Bogies in Westlake on the 22nd. I think I'm in Agora in May. And then I will book somewhere in Seattle when I do the wedding. I will book somewhere in Montana when I do the other wedding in August. Anywhere I go, I try to book things. I'm going to be in Florida in July. So I'm going to try to book some spots in July. Yeah. And if you're ever on Twitch or Kick. If you're ever on any of those, I DJ there all the time. I don't have a set time for when I DJ because I DJ when I either need to work on reviewing some gear or just practice on some sets. I don't have presets, which is why, because most of the time I'm trying to figure out what I want to play for like whatever club I'm going to. So it'll be all over the place just so I can kind of, get my hands right. Yeah, but, okay. He makes some good Latin while I was grinding on my wife. Oh man. Yeah. So, again, to me, that whole night was trash from beginning until end. And so I completely gloss over how I DJ'd. I'm like, because you got to know the kind of DJ you are. I'm the people DJ. When it's packed and people are going off, I get better and better. Shouldn't make any sense. Shouldn't work that way. But that's the way I am. Adrenaline kicks in. I get hyper focused. Then my brain starts to really click in. And because I'm not doing like a full on set list, more songs will pop up into my head because I'm having a good time. It's just a different vibe, or I'll come up with an idea real quick, right on the fly about a mix or a transition that would be dope. That's all when the energy's good. When it's not good, I'm just okay. I know that about me. Know your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay. All right, let's see here. Used to be a Bogies in San Diego. Played there back in the day. Oh, dope. DJ Jeet says, at Ask, thoughts on the QSC line array. Haven't seen it yet. I know of it because I knew it was coming out, but haven't seen it, haven't heard it. I mean, in my opinion, it's very much like the JBL 900 line array system. Same thing to me. For most people, it's overkill. It's just overkill. But I'm sure it's good. Waiting on CT to say he has meetings coming up. Actually, no meetings today. Because it's Passover. And in case anybody knew or didn't know, that's the joy of being a Jew. Passover. So most of the time people don't book meetings over holidays. So that's just facts. Let's see what I got here. Do I have anything today? And I turned off all my meetings because today, well, there's a couple of things going on. One, I don't know if anybody knows this guy. He's been around forever. His name is G Love. He had an album. It was G Love and Special Sauce. It's kind of like a blues funk. I don't even know how to explain him. He's his own person. And he's performing at the Troubadour tonight. So my wife and I and another couple are going to see him tonight. So I turned off all my meetings because, I got stuff to do. And my daughter's birthday party. Her birthday was March 27th. We did a whole bunch of stuff on March 27th. And now she has a birthday party. So we're doing a whole pool party at the house this weekend. The backyard is a mess. She wants neon pink pool glow party and a DJ and video, a movie playing in the thing, and just a lot of stuff. So that's what I will be doing today. And then all of tomorrow is working my ass off to get ready for this party. Okay. Did you ever get Kick figured out as far as showing online? No. What I'm going to do, Adam, is I'm just going to go direct through OBS. I'm not going to go through Restream. I think Restream is the problem. So I'm just going to go direct through OBS. Not today because I'm busy. And then we'll go from there. Yeah. Are you DJing her party? That's a good question. I will likely be DJing some of her party. I'm going to have my son DJ it. I don't need to be there. I mean, he knows what the hell to play. Although he'll probably be playing a whole bunch of Kendrick Lamar and, some off wax jazz. He's a funny kid. I don't know if he knows the Taylor Swift gang music. Not that he can play for a long period of time. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing something. If you're asking, I don't know what controller I'm using. I might end up going, I think I'm going to go completely battery powered. I might go with the S5 and the Stantons because I need to do a video on that. S5, 2 Stantons, do a little portable mix thing. Oh, DJing for fam sucks. It absolutely sucks. I mean, in reality, I'm probably just going to put a playlist together and let that thing ride through. It's really, and if I want to get on, I'll get on. That's typically what it is. Does your daughter use a party planner? Yeah, me. Ruckus says, when I run into you at NAMM, I'll ask you about having a pool. It's still a low-key item I want from my backyard. Pools are great. They're not cheap though. That's just another expense you got to pay for monthly. And it's annoying. And with the weather the way it is, I mean, it's weird. We've been here for 5 years, and I think I've been in my pool maybe 5 times. And I've been in my jacuzzi hundreds of times. That's really all I really wanted. Because for me, a pool is cool, but like I want a pool big enough to do laps in. So it's not big enough, so I don't really care. So I just I'm in my jacuzzi. Anyway, Matt Joseph, come up and say hi. And then you can tell me how good virtual DJ is. I kid. Anyway, Soul Brother says, do you prefer the Rødecaster over the Tascam? Well, I prefer the Rødecaster more now than I did 2 hours ago because I had a whole bunch of noise coming through my floor. Now I know what that problem is. So okay. All right. What I like about it so far, I like that there are user profiles. That way, if for whatever reason I have a DJ profile, I have a talk show profile, and in those profiles, you can modify like your pads and all that stuff. Like I want to drop a couple of the tracks that I normally play in here, so I don't have to use my computer. It doesn't have to be plugged in, and I can just hit the song, play it, and go from there. I do like that. I don't like the screen. I think the screen looks kind of cheap. Not the screen itself, but like the fonts they use and everything. Everything feels just cheap. I like the screen on the mix track better. Or is that what it's called? Mix track? The Tascam. I think it's mix track. I do like the screen on that better. I also like the faders better. These faders are solid, but the Mixcam faders, oh my God, are they smooth? They feel damn good. I don't like these buttons right here because this is your kind of your mic off and your mute. The Mixcast is what it's called. The Mixcast has a button that you can press, and it will just it's a partial mute. It's like a latch mute. So if I got to do something and cough real quick, hear me. You can hear me now. I have to hit the button off again. So it's little things like that. And the biggest issue that I have with this guy is the fact that there's no headphone jack on the front. Really dislike that. And on the back, it's only 1/4 inch. I really dislike that. It makes it harder to, I'm going to have to get a 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch adapter is what I'm going to need. So, but you know, it sounds good. It has a stereo interface, which the mix track does not. Everything's mono on there. So when you are DJing, you have to turn off all processes. And even then, I'm not sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. This has full stereo inputs, which is what I like. Yeah. So I like it and don't like it at the same time. It's very weird. It's very weird. Yeah. And I don't like the screen. It's way too small. Way too small. Now, the whole board is small because it's probably a good 2 to 3 inches smaller than the Mixcast width-wise. So there's some good things. There's some bad things. I mean, sound-wise, now that we've figured out the problem, I think sound-wise, I think we're good. We're talking about the Rødecaster, Franzek Janus Talarek. That's a lot of words. Where are you from? Okay. In my humble opinion, says Biggie Smalls, you sound better on this one. Really? Okay. I'm not mad at that. I want to sound the best wherever I am. Oh, and not that it matters because there is a USB-C external drive, but their SD card, micro SD. I can't stand micro SD. Put a full regular size SD card in there. So some things good, some things bad. I think overall, when I continue to use it, because I've only used it basically on these shows, I've used it for like a total of like, I think 3 days. So there are going to be some things that I continue to learn as I go, but I'm not there right now. But so far, so good. You know, is it battery powered? No, I mean, there is a battery bay. No, there isn't. There is a there's a USB-C power input. So I'm assuming that if I run a USB-C power bank, there'd be enough power. I don't know for sure. We'll have to test. We'll have to check that out. It would have been nice that they put a battery in here that you could just run it off a battery pack. Not sure why they don't when it's like a podcaster. This whole thing is designed to kind of be mobile. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. So, for anybody that's wondering, next Thursday, there will not be a show next Thursday because I'll be at NAMM. I got to figure this out. There won't be a show, but maybe, you know what? Maybe there will be. Maybe I'll do a live stream. You sound fuller, like the decibels are digital, not monotone, using the Rødecaster versus Tascam. I mean, I gotta assume that they are definitely better circuits, you know, in this one versus the original Rødecaster. And the original Rødecaster, that's what the Mixcast was kind of built to beat. So they had a lot of time to work on this one after the Mixcast came out, and that was kind of their main competition. So they probably put a little more emphasis on the quality of the sound card. That's kind of my guess. I have an Allen and Heath, and one channel goes in and out. There's just certain boards. There's certain boards that are just better than others. There's certain boards that introduce noise for no reason. You know, I have another Tascam product. They're actually, where is it at? Hold on. Hold on. Let me go grab it real quick. Okay, so this is the LiveTrack Zoom 8. This is also, well, it's obviously by Zoom. And it's a good board. This is the board I was using when I first started streaming, doing the talk show thing. This is the board I was using. This one, and then the Yamaha, the MG. I was using the Yamaha. The Yamaha has a higher noise floor, obviously. This one I was considering taking with me on my gigs, but I feel like the XLR outputs, they're noisy. The noise floor is much louder than I expected. And I don't like noise. I don't like just chilling. I know the music's on all the time, but I hear it, and if I hear it, it's going to drive me nuts. So this was the first one. But it was good. It's solid. I don't know. It feels to me like the zooms in particular. Because I have a couple, and I have another Tascam, small little guy. Again, just a little bit of unnecessary noise. But hey, it is what it is. Okay. I'm sure Kova and Mike Marquez, both on Twitch, will be live streaming. You can't put Kova and Mike Marquez in the same sentence. But in general, NAMM is way too loud. Yes, you're exactly correct. I got complaints for a couple of videos that I shot. Why is it so loud? Dude, you need to work on your audio. These are real comments, by the way. I'm like, dude, it was NAMM. There's sound everywhere. You should be happy that I isolated it as well as I did, because it is very, very loud. Any special name product releases you can tease? No, there aren't. But there's a couple products coming out. I just can't tease them. One of them is because I'm not happy with one of them. Not the release itself, the people behind it. Yeah. So I'm not giving people I'm not happy with random pub. Not going to happen. Okay. Please live stream from NAMM. How about I bring my Mevos for your show next week? I mean, Keith, that's an option. I think that's what, but to be honest, Mevos are great. They are. But, I don't know. I find unless if you're dual streaming, then yes. But if you're just regular streaming, I find that an iPhone and Twitch is just as good, in all honesty. You know, the cameras on the iPhone are great. Everything's good. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see what I do. If I do stream, I kid you not, it's probably going to be like a very short stream, half hour to an hour. And it won't even be me talking. It'll be more like, Remzo, what about the Rødecaster? Welcome to the show. You're late. We just talked about the Rødecaster. A lot. Syndicate asks, is Pioneer done releasing? Pioneer DJ is never done releasing. They're going to release as long as they're in business, because that's the business model. Let's see here. Use isotope noise reduction. My noise reduction is good. I prefer, and I know there's nothing wrong with isotope. Isotope's good. But I don't think that I can use isotope noise reduction on my iPhone. Last time I checked. Or on Mevo. So, kind of out of luck there. You know, and it's funny, I shoot a whole bunch of video. I don't typically post. I probably cut up out of, let's say, 4 or 5 hours of video shot. I probably use 20 to 30 minutes of it. And usually it's from actual interviews. Like last year, perfect example. So last year, I had already done videos on the products that Pioneer DJ released, except I hadn't done a video on the S5, which is right here. So I hadn't done a video on it. I hadn't done a video on it yet. So, but I had shot a whole bunch of footage. So when I got to NAMM, and I had an interview set up with Pioneer DJ, I worked with PJ, and he kind of showed me the stuff about the S5, and then I incorporated his S5 content into my main video. That worked out. But most of the time when I'm walking around and meeting people and all that stuff, you know, I rarely do. Although I might do something fun this year. I think I'm gonna do something fun this year with video. It'll make for really good Instagram and TikTok stuff. I think that's what we're gonna do. Serato support, Junglist. Are you talking about the S5? Yeah, it's a Serato mixer. That's what it's for. My friend just asked me how I know about NAMM, and it's more of a digital musicians, and most of the guitar vendors might pass it up this year. Interesting. It's more for digital musicians and most of the guitar vendors. Okay. What I will say is, well, that's crap. In general, if they're not going to NAMM this year, they have realized that it's not good business for them. Let me just crooked here. There we go. It's not good business for them. But to say that it's only for digital musicians, I don't agree. But I also don't think that you need, you know, the full on like Ibanez booth, which has like, you know, 80 guitars hanging up. I don't think that's necessary at this particular juncture. But there's still a lot of companies there. There's still a lot of companies there. And as Mixmaster said, you need to be a professional in the music industry. And usually it's an invitation or being a NAMM member. So in order to be a NAMM member, I mean, they're looking for specific types of people, retailers, manufacturers, or, you know, industry lead type stuff. But it all has to do with sound and or audio music. It's all together, all one and the same. So, you know, for instance, I have a pass this year through Ultimate Ears. However, NAMM sends me guest invites every year because they know that I'm a industry leader. So I get them to say, hey, you know, you can use ours, blah, blah, blah. I went with Ultimate Ears this time because I'm building a relationship with Ultimate Ears and I don't really care where I get the pass as long as I get the pass. But I have a relationship with Ultimate Ears, and they just literally like designed my in-ear monitors. So yeah, I'm gonna use theirs. But in general, you have to be in the industry. You do, you know. It has turned into a kind of you know, carnival show for the regular people because they've turned it into that, you know. And it is fun to go to NAMM. It's the same thing as going to like, you know, CES or NAB. As a matter of fact, I just got an invite to go to NAB on Sunday. So I might stay out in Vegas a little longer so I could go to NAB and check out some stuff there too. I just got a pass for that. So that's what all this hard work has done for me. All these years of making videos, this is what I get. Free passes to NAMM. That's the upper level of all things DJ. I won't be able to miss Mac Joseph. Okay. We'll see about that. DJing on Twitch with 6 followers doesn't count. No, unfortunately it doesn't. But look, I mean, for most people, the ability to just buy a ticket at NAMM was closed a while ago, at least a couple of weeks. Because when I went on to the NAMM thing, because I have a, you know, username and all that stuff, I clicked on from the Ultimate Ears link, and the first thing that popped up at NAMM is like, sorry, it's closed. And I was like, uh-oh. And then I clicked it again, and then it took me to the registration part. So, but registration has been closed. With all of the gear you use, what's your preferred setup for mobile gigs? Oh, I haven't seen you before, Dizik. So I will talk about it one time. I use my preferred is my Rev 7, a fast set table. And there's some stuff going on with fast set. You know, it's April. So probably after I get out of NAMM, we're going to start pushing a lot more fast set stuff. Because there's a relationship being built there. So, so that's coming. Not today, but it's coming. But I do use my fast set table for every gig that I do. And I always bring my fast set table because it's flexible and where it can go. Sometimes you walk into a place and there's a booth already there for you, but the booth is too high or, you know, it's full of crap or it doesn't leave enough space for your actual gear. So I always bring my fast set table. And if I can't put it like right inside of the booth, then I back it up and put it behind. Speakers are relative. Depends on the party. Literally depends on the party. But normally I have a facade that goes in front of my table. I rock different lights depending on the size of the party. So small parties, I'm probably rocking I'm probably rocking my Bose setup, my L132s. For lights, I'm using the VersaFlex on a Chevet. I forget the name of the stand. It's like the gravity stand. It's the one pole mount that goes up. Something stand, Chevet stand. Anyway, you guys know what it is. And microphones, I typically use Shure. Anywhere from the SLXs to even the PGs. They're all pretty solid, especially where I am. And speaker wise, yeah, Bose. Now, if I go to the bigger systems, I still use my turntables. I still use my Rev 7. I still use my table. I still use the facade. But now maybe I'm bringing trusses. And for the trusses I currently have is not the Chevet trusses. I forget the name of the aluminum trusses. Anyway, I build them on the spot with the scrim. And then I have Intimidator 350s that I use for my moving heads. I then go to typically right now it's the QSC 12.2s and the 118s. I'm still reviewing them. I got my speakers at a point where we have a little downtime because of all the holidays, or the venues were just super small. So technically speaking, I've only used my QSC system twice. First time, I was using it with the Rain 4. Too many variables. Could not figure out why I didn't love the sound. Second time, I used them last week at a corporate event. Sounded night and day different with my Rev 7. Could be a couple of things. Burn-in. They had never been burned in before. So the burn-in was important. Power hungry though. They're a little power hungry, the subs. You know, if they're not in their own separate things, or if your surge protector can't supply the power, it'll flip your surge circuit like that. So I prefer flex stand. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You guys are all DJs. That's why I'm like, you know what it is. I prefer to plug the QSCs directly into the walls because they keep popping circuits. You already did the stem track analysis. That must not be for me. That can't be for me. If I'm not using the QSCs, then I use my JBL SRXs, 15s with I prefer the 828 sub, but a lot of times I don't have space for that one. So then I will rock the 818s, which is why I went to the QSCs, because I didn't like the sound of the 818s. I love the sound of the 828, but again, bigger system, bigger everything. If you guys were wondering, If you wanted to get a pair of standalone speakers, JBLs, the 918s from JBL sound a lot like the 828, but the 918s are separate. So if you want the 828 sound, but in separate speakers, get the 918s. Okay. I think that's about it. And then there's, variations of everything, cold sparklers, cryo, whatever, anything and everything. Okay. Mr. Big in the building. I always bring my 2-tier table with me too. The dinosaur is getting ready to make the plunge with the Rev 7. I appreciate the heck out of your info. Yeah. Look, I mean, right now you can't see them, but, cause there's everything else, but like, I rock the S11 and the PLXs here. Although I do have, I'm working on my warehouse right now and doing inventory of everything. And, we still have, four S9s, Techniques MK3s and MK5Gs. But this is what I use at home. I don't even take my S11 out because I don't want people breaking my stuff. So I keep it here. Anyway, the Rev 7 to me feels like I'm rocking with this. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. I like the Rev 7. I like it over pretty much every piece of gear out there right now. And nothing has convinced me personally, to move away from it. Not one thing. It's got everything I need. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like the iPhone right now. What are we on? The iPhone 14. I have the iPhone 13. It's been just great for me. And I found no reason to upgrade to the 14. And if the 15 didn't come out, if the 15 didn't come out with USB-C, which is coming out in September, I wouldn't buy that either. All I care about is USB-C. But you know what I've noticed? Since everything's going to USB-C, a lot of the products that I still need to charge are like either micro USB, and I can't find any of my cords. Everything is USB-C. It used to be you'd have like 30 micro USB cords, but now everything is USB-C. I have to find my cords or I can't charge my X5s. I don't know where they went, but right now I can't charge my X5s because I can't find the cords. I do wish, does the Rev 7 do your taxes? I mean, it definitely generates money. Could I have gotten away with my 1000s or the Rain 1? Yes. But do I enjoy using the Rev 7? Absolutely. Absolutely. Doesn't have to do my taxes. My wife doesn't do my taxes. I still enjoy her. There's a piece of equipment for everything in your life. And as far as DJing is concerned, that's my gold standard. It is my gold standard. I prefer that because a lot of times you go to places, and it's like, what are you using to DJ? And they're like, oh, we have an S9 and we have some CDJs. You're like, okay, that's fine, but it's not the same. Okay. You love the 7 first. DJ Pete B. No, not even the Flex 10 or Rain 4. Why would I? Okay. I've done reviews on both of them. It's not a good question, Junglist. That is not a good question. See? Honesty. I didn't say it was a dumb question. I just said it wasn't a good question. The reason why it's not a good question is simple. Because I've answered this question so many times on this particular stream. Not today, in general. I have an Instagram reel about this type of thing. By the way, you guys should all be following me on Instagram. You guys should definitely be following me. But this is what I'm going to say. it has nothing to do with it being first, last, middle. It has to do with the fact that the Rev 7 provides me what I need to do my job better than anybody else. The moving jugs are 75% of why I choose the Rev 7 over any other pieces of equipment is the moving jogs. The next one, the full size mixer with paddles. So the Flex 10 is automatically out for me because I prefer paddles, which leaves the Rain 4. Rain 4 is a good piece of gear. No moving jogs. And it's bigger. It won't fit in any of my my controller bags, including my Glide. That's another factor. But it's going to be nearly impossible for me to leave my Rev 7. I will appreciate gear left and right. If it's good, it's good. But there's a couple of things I'd love to see on a Rev 7 MK2. But in general, sorry guys. That's my guy. That is my guy. See, DJ Farn said, step back into Rev 7 talk again. Exactly. I haven't touched my Rev 1 since I got the Rain 1. When I can see a mixer and turntables in person, I may make that purchase. Okay. I get that. Especially because the Rev 1 and the Rain 1 and that's night and day different. So I can totally understand you loving the Rain 1. I liked the Rain 1. Before the Rev 7 came out, I used the Rain 1 exclusively. Now, the one thing about the Rain 1 that always bothered me was simple. I think all controllers, especially over $1,000, any piece of gear should have onboard effects. All gear should have onboard effects. That was my issue with the reloop mixer. How are you gonna come out with a $1,200 mixer and it doesn't have onboard effects? You're using Serato effects. How can you do that? Like, that was my big issue. You know, the S5 doesn't have onboard effects. It's also a much cheaper mixer. Ask you any question, you provide answers not thought of by all. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I just see things the way I see things. So, I guess that means I'm in the right place. That's kind of the point, right? All right. Should be getting my Rev 7 next week, unless Reloop gets on the ball with the Mixon 8. No comparison, but like you said, one is built so well for my job using DJ. Okay, I get it. Yeah. And the Rev 7 with DJ is good for whatever reason, and I haven't taken the time to do this. But every time I plug in my iPad on my Rev 7 with DJ, one side works and the other one keeps clicking in as it's set up as a through. Like, the fader does not work. So I got to figure out what's going on with that, because that is a nice little backup. Also, speaking of backups, do I have it in here? One more thing, and then we're going to get out of here. So hold on. Let me find this. Please hold.
This is a journey into sound. This is a journey. This is a journey into sound. Sound.
Okay, well, I was going to show you the new jetpack bag that they just announced. but I don't have it in here because it's at the studio, because I was working at the studio last night. So that won't be happening. But the good news is the new jetpack bag, the Prime that was just announced and will be at NAMM, fits cleanly my Prime Go in the mixer portion of the bag. Like, I had my other Prime, which I had to squeeze it in to make work. This one, they made it a little bigger, and it's wonderful. DJ still doesn't support the screens of the Rev 7. Yeah, that's fine. It's exactly Mixmaster G. It's just a backup. It is just a backup. So, and in all honesty, I don't use the waveforms. The only thing that shows on my Rev 7 is my logo. So it doesn't matter what's on there. Yeah, I turned on my logo and I haven't gone back to waveforms at all. And I've been good. You know, I'm hoping one day they will make a controller with 12-inch jog wheels. I'm hoping I'm not alive during that day. So, because that means I got to review that damn thing. That means I got to look, this is what you're asking for. You're legitimately asking for this. No thanks. No thanks. When I tell you it will be a comedy routine if something like that ever does come out, my video, I'm going to have to warn the manufacturer it's going to get bizarre because I won't be able to be honest with anybody. No, that's not what I would say. I said I wouldn't be able to lie, and my honesty would come through because I would be like, well, this is good. This is good. I'm like, you know what? This is all bullshit. This thing should have never been made. This is stupid. It weighs 104 pounds. This is supposed to be a mobile unit. It's 104 pounds. There's no case. Let me go back and order my coffin. Oh, we're back to coffins now. Okay, cool. Like, no, it's bad. It's going to be bad. That would be a bad review. Every other line would be like, it's not for me, but it has this. It's not for me, but this, you might like this. It's not for me, but like, that would be the name of the video. So-and-so MK412G. It's not for me. That's what I would say. Or the video would just start up and I'd have a comment that says, my mama always said, if you didn't have anything good to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. And then it would be 10 minutes of a black screen. I would be so annoyed. The whole time I would be annoyed. I don't even think they'd send me one. They'd be like, we know you don't like it, so we're not going to send it. When the Opus Quad came and I had to pick it up from the it was like FedEx or UPS, one of those two. When I tell you the box was so large, I didn't know what was in there. Like, I was like, what the hell? Is there a baby in here? Is there a baby casket in here? You can put a baby casket in here. That's great. Opus Quad baby. It was humongous. I couldn't imagine a box coming. It'd probably be on a dolly. It'd be on one of those wood crates, the ones they put the speakers on and try to leave at your door. Like, don't do that. Take this thing back with you. No, sir, we can't. You better take this thing back with you, or I'm gonna throw it at your truck. $100% Adam. Don't send it to me. Don't even bring it up to me. Because I kid you not, if that thing gets released, there will be 2 hours on a Tech Thursday where I do nothing but talk trash. And again, it has absolutely nothing to do with what it is. It's the expectations of what it is. Because if you hadn't noticed, it feels like we're going back to coffins. Everything's getting slightly bigger, slightly heavier, and or slightly more cumbersome. Furniture, DJ furniture is a thing now. I got furniture being made for me right now from Max Design. That's going to add weight. It's a coffin. But I don't want to go back. I don't want, it's kind of like remember when the phones came out, iPhones, and then they had like the iPhone mini and it got smaller. And then all of a sudden, Samsung was like, well, if iPhone's doing that, let's just make a 32-inch phone. And they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now we got iPhone Pluses and all this stuff. And you got, Ultra Apple Watches, which are huge and big ass screens. Like everything's going bigger. I preferred it when it was smaller. That's why I think like the Rev 7, weight wise and size wise, is probably close to the biggest that I prefer. I only want so big in me. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I don't love, for instance, with the Rain 4, the Rain 4 is super light, but it's big. It's big. It's wide. It just feels big. I don't know. And Rain 4 sitting right there. I'm curious to know the size. You know what? Let's see the size compared to turntables. I'm curious. Do I have anything else I can talk about? Let's see here. So I knew there wasn't anything wrong with the... I know you can't even see this right now, but overhead. Okay. So now you can't see, I'm going to put it this way because here is the edge right here. So there is a good 4 inches. So we're starting to get considerably bigger, considerably larger. I have to sit down now. We are starting to get considerably larger on hardware. I don't love that trend at all. Can I be your assistant for NAMM? I have an assistant. He's my partner. It's the one time in life where he gets to be me. Because normally he's the man. He used to be one of the large DJ club promoters out there, and he was the man. And then he stopped club promoting, and now he's family man and everything, just like everybody else. But when we go to things like this, I'm the guy that's known. So it's funny to him. I still remember when he got there, and I've told this story, but it's still a funny story to me. I'm not really one that really talks about like accomplishments or things like that, and so we go to NAMM and we're walking up to NAMM and, we're in LA or in Anaheim. So what are you doing? And you saw me on there. There you go. There's me. Okay. Shut my door. And, And so we're walking up to the, we just got our passes and all of these DJs. Hey, Paris, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah. I'm like, hey, man, oh, this is my partner. This is my partner, Terry, Cleveland Terry, whatever. And, oh, nice to meet you. And, so, he's doing his thing. And then we get into NAMM, and then all of a sudden, we get to like the main DJ area, and people are talking to him. And then all of a sudden people start coming up to me. And then another person and another person. And next thing you know, there's like a lot of people. And I remember he's in there and he's like, wait, what's happening? He's like, I don't understand what's happening here. Why is everybody talking to you? They're not talking to me. What's going on? And it's the way he is. He's used to being the main guy. And it was funny. It was it was a hilarious day when he realized that, like, oh, okay, you got your people too, and now longevity wise, it's a little different. So, it should be a good time. Now, if only my wife knew, the level of influence I had, it would be different, but she doesn't want to go to Nerdville. And I wouldn't want her at Nerdville because you know what? I'd be thinking about what she feels the entire time. And I don't want that. I want to go in there just like relaxed. Nerdville will kill you if you don't like nerds. Okay. I'm getting a Rev 10 after NAMM. Good job. It's great. I've got plugs in Pioneer. I'm sure you do. Not sure what the plugs have to do with getting your Rev 7, but because you can buy them anywhere now. Just don't get salty when I get it and show it to you. I'll do my best not to be jealous. It went downhill when he got rid of the red couch. That's what married life will do to you. He had the red couch before married life. Now, beige, brown, white walls. He's got himself a regular old Pinterest house. All right. I still get hit by AK-47. AK-47 came up to me. If you guys are on Twitch, you would know who AK-47 is. She came up to me at one of the shows and asked to take a picture. She's like, yeah, I asked you to take a picture and you said no. And I'm like, no, I remember taking that picture. She goes, yeah, I had to like convince you. I'm like, see, you guys got it wrong. It's not an ego thing. I am just not used to, in this industry, females at the time. Okay. At the time that was like, oh God, was that 18 or 19? 19? It was either 18 or 19. I had been at home. Just like by myself. Nobody talked to. It's just me. Just like right now. It's just me having a conversation with the air. So I didn't know the impact that I had. So when she was like, oh, take a picture. And I'm like, you really want to take a picture with me? Like, she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And I took the picture. And so she gives me a hard time on every one of her streams every time I get on there. But it had nothing to do with me not wanting to take the picture. It was more like you want to take a picture with me? That's what it was like, because it was different. I'd never had it happen to me, So, it took a minute. Now, no big deal. I take a picture with everybody, but it took a minute. So that's all it was. Yeah. An AK is like this big, maybe this big. Super, super small. My girlfriend compares me and my Pioneer DJ contact to teenage girls talking about which mascara is best. Well, you clearly must be talking about Drew, because that is Drew's superpower. That man, you think I talk a lot? That man can talk. And I love him to death. But my God, we have to like position our phone calls because I'm like, hey man, I'd love to talk to you, but like I got to go to bed in 5 hours. So maybe we should do this another day. I talked to there are a couple of people I talked to forever. Drew is one of them. DJ Kova won't shut the hell up. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as people who talk all the time. Those two. If Pioneer will allow it, I'll buy a quad at NAMM. Keith Just, they will not allow it. You can't actually buy any products at NAMM at all. That's not what NAMM is. You can order products if you are a retailer and you go into the little manufacturing back booth and you negotiate your 10,000 units that you want to go to all of your places. That's what NAMM is for. But you want to buy stuff at places, you got to go to the DJ Expo. Oh, his Dutch counterpart. Oh, so they just build them like that, huh? There's a Dutch Drew. There's a Dutch Drew. I'd have to see that. I need to see Dutch Drew. Okay. There's nothing wrong with white walls, but you got to have a little color. Like I have accents. Like I got, purple walls and different colors, and my couch is like green. So yeah, it's just, everybody's different, but Pinterest likes a lot of whites and off whites and beiges. Like that's the thing. All right. Enough talking. Talked for too long. Let's see here. I will be on Twitch on Tuesday, unless some stuff goes down. Like right now, I already have a couple of people trying to do meetings. I gotta go to Beat Source on Wednesday. We'll be on the show on Thursday. Tuesday, we'll see what happens. So there may be a Tech Tuesday, but there might not be. I gotta figure it out. It's gonna be a hard week, just in general. Okay. You're not wrong, Adam. You're not wrong. Okay. YouTube commenters are famous now. That's hilarious. Okay. All right. So peeps, thanks for hanging out today. I got an Innofader at NAMM. Well, look, I've gotten stuff at NAMM before too. And they're like, put it under your jacket. Don't show anybody. Giveaways are different. You can do giveaways, but like any type of like real gear, you can't exchange actual like money. They can give you stuff, but that's as far as it goes. All right. Anyway, everybody, thank you guys for hanging out today. I honestly appreciate all of you. Let me turn on my music. I appreciate all of you. Anybody that's going to be at NAMM, make sure you stop by and say hi, because I'd love to talk to you for about a minute and a half. Because I'm just like you guys. I like to see all the DJs, and I get to run into all my favorite DJs and people that I consider friends. So it's just as important for me to go to NAMM that it is for you guys to go to NAMM. So thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, and for anybody who's out in Vegas on Saturday, April 15th, come check me out at Lucky Day. Should be a great time. A lot of hip hop, old school hip hop, which is not really old school. It's 2000s because we're old now, but 2000s, 2010s, and Latin all weave together, and Bad Bunny, and lots of Bad Bunny. Anyway, so thank you for hanging out today. It's a long day. Got to get out of here, and enjoyed your time. Let's talk next week at some point. All right. Enjoy your day. We'll see you soon. Peace out. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like. Leave a like on the stream before you leave. Make sure you leave a like. Peace. Peace out.